This video demonstrates completion of the Access 2021 Chapter 2 Guided Project 2-1. So I'm going to open the assignment, and once the assignment's open, I'm going to download the starting file. Open it up, and you'll see that it opens up a blank Access database, and it appends your first and last name to the database. And I'll just dismiss the security thing. And it does have one table in it, the employees table. So that's the first instruction. So we're going to click the table design button in the create tab here. And that'll open up a new table in the design view. And we're going to add new fields into the table and set the field properties. So for the field name, the first one here, I'm going to put branch, and tab over, and the data type is going to be short text. And then we're going to type unique branch name, or that's the description, is unique branch name. Branch is lowercase. Okay, so unique branch name. And then click the primary key button here, because that's going to be the primary key to our table. And then press tab, and we're going to move on to the next row and add the remaining fields according to table 2-18. So the first one is address. Tab over, and that's also short text. And that's the street address of the branch. And then, oops, make sure you don't have any typos. Tab down to the next one and do city, and that's also short text, and that's branch city for the description. And tab down, and we're going to just finish the rest of those with the state, zip, phone, and date opened. I'm just going to pause the video while I do that, but you can do that while the video is paused. And once you've created all those fields with the data type and corresponding data type, corresponding description, we're going to save that table. So we're going to click on, right click here, click save, and the name of the table is branches. And then click OK. And then click the row selector to select the branch field. So like this. And then we're going to type 30 in the field size property in the field field properties area down here. So I'm going to make that 30. And then set the required property to yes. So the required property is right here. It's already set to yes, so we don't need to change that. And then we're going to select the address field. And then we're going to change the remaining field properties in the branches table using the information in table 219. So the field size for the address is going to be 40. And it's going to be yes for the required. So we can change that to yes. And then we're going to select the city field. And the field size for the city is going to be 20. And is also going to be yes for required. And then we want the state. So click the row selector for state. And we want that to be 2 characters, 2 in the field size, and we want it to be required, and we want a default value of California. So we'll put yes for the required, and in the default value, we're going to put CA. And then for the zip code, we're going to select the zip code. That's going to be 9 characters. And yes for required. And then the phone is going to be 10 characters. And that's going to be yes for required. And then finally the date opened, and the format is going to be medium date. So I'm going to go here to the format and select medium date here. And then save the table. So we'll do Control S, or you can alternatively right click on the tab and click on the Save button there. And then we're going to create an input mask for the zip code. So we're going to click to select the zip field. And then we're going to click the property box for the input mask property, which is down here. And then we're going to click on the build button here. And we want to select we want to select the zip code input mask field. Okay, and then we're going to click the next button and click next again without making any changes to the input mask. And then select without the symbols in the mask. So that's already selected. And then we can click the finish button and then save the table again. So Control S, or again, alternatively, we can right click on the tab and save it. Okay, now step number 7, we're going to create an input mask for the phone field. So select the phone field, go down to the input mask again, and select the phone for the input mask, phone number, and then click next, next, and use that without the symbols in the mask like this, and then click finish, and then save the table. So right click on the tab and click save. Now we're going to enter records into the branches table. So we're going to change to the datasheet view. So we can right click on the tab here and select datasheet view, and now it'll show that new table that we just created in datasheet view. And we can type in new branches. So these are fictitious branches. They aren't real branches. They don't have phone numbers that work or anything like that. So the first one is Cameron Park. Tab over to the address, and it's 3360 space Coach Lane. Oops, and then tab over. And if you want, you can widen these. Oops. Okay. We can widen this by. Okay. Yeah, we know that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and put the city field in there. So Cameron Park is the city. And tab over to States, California, so we can just leave that, and it's 95682. So 95682, and then see the input mask. So the third or the four letters, 4 digits after that are 8454. And then we can tab over to the phone number, and we'll get an input mask for that too. We'll just enter the zip code first, 530. And then 872, and then 3232. And then date opened, we're going to put 1/1/2020. And then we can hit the tab key to go to the next one, and we'll enter the other 2 that are in the table there. I'm going to pause the video while I do that. So then once you've entered those, you can adjust the field sizes by just, well, we should be able to, yeah, just click on that and expand it. yeah, usually it becomes a double arrow and you can pull over. Just to make sure that you don't have any typos. So it looks good, I think. So we're going to save it. So I just like to right click and save it and then close the table. Then for step 9, we're going to modify the department field in the employees table to use a combo box. So we're going to open the employees table in design view. So if we right click on that, we can choose design view right here, and it'll open up in design view. And then we're going to click on the data type property of the department field. And so we want to select the department field and select the data type. And we're going to choose the lookup wizard. And then it'll open this up. And we're going to choose, I will type in the values I want, radio button. So click that, click next. And in the first cell in column 1, we're going to put administration. Your cursor in that first cell there. And then we can tab or press the down arrow to move to the next row. And we're going to put health and benefits. And then hit the down arrow and insurance sales. Hit the down arrow and put property and casualty. Spelled there. And then click the next button. Did I spell casualty right? Yeah, that's right. Property and casualty. Okay, and we can hit the down arrow, I guess, and then hit the next button. And we're going to put click the limit to list checkbox and click the finish button. And then we're going to save the table. So right here we can right click, save. And it says if you're prompted to test the existing data against new rules, click yes. But we weren't prompted, so we're going to skip over that. For step 10, we're going to open both tables in design view and verify that the branch field has the same data type and field size in both tables. Okay, so we have the employees table open in design view, so we just need to open the branches table in design view. And we're checking to make sure that the branch field has the same data type and field size. So branch is short text and 30 in this one. And branch is short text and 40 in the other, in the employees table. So it says edit the description property of the branch field in the employees table to read branches. Doesn't tell us what the right one is. It says make sure it's the same one, same field size. So it's 30 in the other one, so I'm assuming we need to change this to 30. So, and then it says edit the description property of the branch field in the employees table. So we're going to edit the description property to say branch assigned to must match a branch in the branches table. Okay, so we're going to say we've already got the branch assigned to, so we're just going to add the dash must match, it's not uppercase match, but must match a branch in the branches table. I think I got that. Must match a branch in the branches table. And then save any and close any tables that you have opened. So we're going to right click and save and close. Oops, size window has been changed to a shorter size. Okay. And then we'll save those and close them. So we'll find out at the end if we did the right thing. say yes when you get that. And then we're going to click on the relationships button. That's on the database tools tab. There's the relationships button. And we're going to select the branches table and add it. So I'm going to click on the add selected tables. And then select the employees and add it. And that'll add it to the relationships pane. And then it says click the X in the right corner of the add tables task pane to close it. So just closing that. And then we're going to adjust the size of the table objects to see all the fields if needed. So there we go. So it has all the fields already. No, there's adjust the size of the, so we can see the fields. And then drag the branch field from the branches table to the top of the branch field in the employees table. So this. And it's the edit relationships window comes up. And then verify that the field names displayed are correct. And it looks like they are. And we want to enforce referential integrity. So we'll click on that, and we also want to cascade update related fields. And what that does is if we make changes to one, it'll make the corresponding changes to make sure that referential integrity is maintained. And if you make changes, and the cascade is if you make change to one field, it'll also make it the same change to the related table. So, and then we're going to leave the cascade deleted records box unchecked. They don't want to delete employees just because they may close a branch. So this enables them to reassign employees. And then we're going to click the Create button. And then we're going to save the changes that we made to the relationships. So we close this, ask if we want to save it, click yes. And then it says, oh, okay. So we need to open that, go back to the relationships or database tools and relationships window. And we're going to click the create the, oh, okay, so we did click on the create button, okay. So we change them, save the changes made to the relations and then close the relationships design tab, okay. So we can close that. All right, sorry for that, I'm a little confused in that step. So step 11, we're going to open the employees table in datasheet view. So double click on the employees table, that'll open it up in datasheet view. And again, these are all fictitious entries, so these are not real people. And then it says to save, oh, it says view and enter the record in table 221 into the table to test the new drop-down list. Okay, so we're going to enter a new employee. Oh, so the employee ID is 200, so we're going to put 200 in this first field, and then tab over, and Timothy is the first name, and Hansen is the second, again a fictitious name, and then it's Cameron Park, and tab over, and it's insurance agent, tab over, and this is where we entered that the lookup wizard. So in this case, it's going to be health and benefits. So we can select that from the pull-down list, and then tab over and put the date 9/15/2022, and finally tab over, and we're going to put 3900 there. Okay, and then save and close the table. So we're going to save it, close it, and then open the branches table in datasheet view, for step number 13. So double click the branches table and it comes up in datasheet view. And then adjust the width of the field so that the entire field contains contents show for each one of the fields. So we need to make sure you can just click on the outside boundaries here to auto fit fields. It becomes a double arrow like that. And so you're clicking on the boundary on the column heading there until it becomes that double arrow. And we're just auto adjusting each one of the fields. I think I missed that first one. Okay. And then click the plus sign to the left of the branch field for the Cameron Park branch. And we should see 11 employees assigned there. So down here we can see record 1 of 11. So there's 11 employees there. So, and then click the minus sign to close those related fields. And then preview the data records in the branches table before printing. So click the print button on the file tab to display the printing options. So we're going to go to the file tab here, click print, and select the print preview button. And then we're going to click the landscape option up here to select, and then click on close the print preview. And then we're going to save the branches table and close it. And then we're going to, so you've uploaded your file and you click the submit button. It'll eventually show you your score, and hopefully it'll be 100% if you followed along and paid attention to the bubbles that came up where at points where I made a mistake when I originally recorded this. You should get 100%. But if not, you can always download your submitted file and change things that you got wrong. It'll give you a report at the end that shows you what you got wrong. So I could show you, like here on the previous attempts, I had a previous attempt where I didn't get it all right. Oh, I want to cancel that. So I want to look at that previous attempt. So when you at the end, you'll get a report that looks like this. And you have the option of downloading your submitted file. And over here, it'll show you which ones you got correct. So there were 6 correct. There was 1 partially correct and 0 completely incorrect. So if I expand this, it'll show me what I did wrong. And down here, it looks like that the field size was set to 40 instead of 30. And if you follow the prompt in the video, you won't get that one wrong. But let's say that that was wrong. You can download your submitted file, correct that problem, and it'll show you right here, 5x. You scroll down on the right-hand side here, you find the red 5. Those are all green, so they're correct. Let's see, oh, there it is, right there. So this field size should have been 30, and it was set to 40. So we need to change that. And then you can change that and then upload your file again and submit it, and it should come back with a revised score that's higher. Hope that helps. Close the database and upload our project file. So close the database, go back to the top of our assignment here, and upload our file and see how we did.